The most important exercise for anyone over 60 is what you'll discover in this video. Did you know that a squat can be your best ally for strengthening your legs and glutes after age 60? But beware, not all squat variations work the same way. Today you'll learn the only squat version that truly improves your strength and balance without putting your joints at risk: the sumo squat. Stay until the end to learn how to perform it correctly and maximize your results. And let us know in the comments what questions you have and where you're watching this video from. As we age, loss of muscle mass can affect our quality of life, but it isn't inevitable. The sumo squat adapts to any fitness level, working not only the quadriceps and glutes, but also stabilizer muscles, adductors, abdominals, and spinal erectors that are essential for preventing falls and maintaining an upright posture. To perform it, place your feet wider than shoulder width apart and turn your toes out slightly. Inhale as you lower, pushing your hips back and keeping your torso upright until your thighs are parallel to the floor. Exhale as you rise, contracting your glutes and abdominals to protect your lower back. Common mistakes include letting the knees collapse inward, excessively rounding the torso, and failing to control the descent. If necessary, use a non-slip mat, back support, or an elastic band above the knees to guide alignment. Beyond local strengthening, this exercise improves hip range of motion, increases bone density, and stimulates circulation in the legs, reducing the risk of blood clots and cramps. With just 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions, 3 times a week, you'll notice greater stability when walking, climbing stairs, and standing up from a chair. Add small 2-second isometric holds at the bottom position. This amplifies muscle activation and neuromuscular control gains. Try it today and feel how this single squat can transform your mobility and independence. In the sumo squat, the feet are positioned wider than in a traditional squat, forming approximately a 45-degree angle with the toes pointed outward, something that may seem like a minor detail but is essential for activating muscles often overlooked in other variations. This stance increases engagement of the adductors, which are responsible for maintaining balance and stability, especially important for those over 60, and also strengthens the major muscle groups of the thighs, glutes, and quadriceps, while intensely recruiting the stabilizers of the torso and hips, protecting the joints and reducing stress on the knees. The result is a comprehensive lower body exercise that improves posture and reduces the risk of falls by promoting proper alignment of the lower limbs and strengthening the inner leg muscles. To further amplify the benefits, inhale on the descent, pushing the hips back and bracing the core, and exhale on the ascent, contracting the gluteus maximus and aligning the spine and shoulders. Avoid letting the knees move inward by keeping them in line with the toes, and always control the downward movement to prevent impact. Additionally, lightly holding an elastic band just above the knees during execution can enhance activation of the lateral muscles and improve proprioception, the body's awareness of its position in space, contributing to quicker reflexes in off-balance situations. Incorporating small isometric holds of 2 to 3 seconds at the lowest point of the squat increases muscular endurance and strengthens the neuromuscular connection. Performing 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions twice a week is enough to notice improvements in functional strength, walking stability, and ease of climbing stairs. Over time, this single squat variation will become a cornerstone of your exercise routine, promoting independence and quality of life without the need for sophisticated equipment or long sessions at the gym. Did you know that by placing your feet wider apart and pointing them at about a 45-degree angle, the sumo squat deeply activates not only the quadriceps and glutes, but also the inner thigh stabilizers, the adductors, essential for balance and fall prevention in those over 60? This extra width distributes effort more evenly, reducing stress on the knees and protecting the joints. Additionally, by keeping the torso upright and the core tightly engaged during the descent, you further strengthen your core and improve overall posture, making the sumo squat a safe and effective option for seniors. Why is this exercise so recommended in later life? As we age, we lose strength and stability in the legs and hips, increasing the risk of injury when rising from a chair or climbing stairs. The sumo squat offers complete control over the depth of movement because it can be performed without weight, using just body weight, or with light loads such as dumbbells or kettlebells, for both beginners and advanced practitioners. If you struggle with balance, try lightly supporting yourself on a chair or leaning your back against a wall, gradually reducing that support as you gain confidence and strength. In addition to intensely working the glutes, especially the gluteus medius and maximus, this variation effectively activates the soleus and anterior tibialis by maintaining ankle stability throughout the movement. Studies show that regular sumo squat practice significantly improves proprioception, body space awareness, and bone density, helping reduce fall risk and osteoporotic fractures by up to 30%. To further amplify gains, hold the lowest position for 2 seconds before rising and synchronize your breathing. Inhale as you descend and exhale as you ascend. The sumo squat isn't just another variation. It's your ally for maintaining firm legs, toned glutes, and above all, functional independence. Incorporate it into your routine 2 to 3 times per week, starting with 2 sets of 8 repetitions and gradually increasing to 3 sets of 12. With discipline, proper technique, and attention to your posture, you'll notice improvements in how easily you stand up, the quality of your gait, and the sense of stability in every step. Essential attributes for living with greater autonomy and quality of life after age 60. Step 1. Initial foot and leg placement. Position your feet wider than shoulder width apart with toes turned out at about a 45-degree angle. This extra width maximizes activation of the adductors and glutes. Distribute your weight evenly between both feet, feeling it more on your heels than your toes, which helps maintain balance throughout the movement. Step 2, torso posture. Keep your spine completely upright, chest open and shoulders relaxed without tensing your neck. Look forward, aligning your head with your spine, and gently retract and depress your shoulder blades to stabilize your upper body and protect your lower back from unnecessary stress. Step 3. Descent. Execution. Take a deep inhale and, controlling the movement, bend your knees and hips simultaneously, pushing them back as if sitting into an imaginary chair. Keep your thighs parallel to the floor, or only as low as your body allows without pain, making sure your knees always track in line with your toes and don't collapse inward. To make the exercise even more effective, synchronize your breathing for each phase. Inhale on the descent, exhale on the ascent, and hold for a brief 1-second pause at the bottom to reinforce the muscle contraction. If you're just starting out, use the support of a chair or lightly lean your back against a wall, gradually reducing that assistance as you gain confidence. Once you've mastered the technique, up the challenge by holding light dumbbells or placing a resistance band above your knees, which intensifies recruitment of the stabilizing muscles. Perform 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions, interspersed with 30 to 45 seconds of active rest. Stand up, take deep breaths, and gently stretch your hips. This care helps maintain joint mobility and prevents excessive strain. Incorporating the sumo squat into your weekly routine not only strengthens your lower limbs and core, but also improves posture, balance, and confidence to carry out daily activities with greater safety and independence. When rising, drive forcefully through your heels, avoiding shifting weight onto your toes, as this more efficiently activates the glutes and the quadriceps front muscles. As you stand, squeeze your glutes firmly to maximize contraction, but do not lock out your knees at the top. Keep them slightly bent to protect them and maintain muscle tension. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions per set, always in a controlled tempo. Lower slowly, counting about 3 seconds, and rise smoothly in 1 to 2 seconds, keeping your breathing synchronized. Inhale as you descend and exhale as you ascend. Before attempting to increase your rep count or add weight, focus on technique as it ensures safety and effectiveness. Some common mistakes deserve attention. Arching the back can cause lower back pain. Letting the knees drift inward puts the joints at risk. And moving too quickly creates impact that reduces muscle activation. To correct these points, place your feet wider than shoulder width, point them out at a 45-degree angle, and visualize an object just above your knees that you need to push against with resistance. Furthermore, adapt the depth to your mobility level by starting with a shallower descent and gradually increasing it as you gain confidence. Perform a brief joint warm-up for your hips and knees before you begin, and at the end, spend a few seconds stretching your quadriceps and lower back. If you want variety, include isometric holds of 3 to 5 seconds at the bottom position, or try using a resistance band above your knees to reinforce the work of the abductors. Adjusting your foot stance width, breathing rhythm, and depth of the squat will allow each person to find their ideal version of the sumo squat, respecting limitations and maximizing gains in strength, balance, and joint health for daily life. Keep your shoulders relaxed and ensure your toes point outward at about 45 degrees. Hold this position firmly before initiating the movement. A common mistake is allowing the knees to collapse inward during the descent, which overloads the joint and can lead to injury, especially for those with weak abductors or mobility restrictions. To prevent this, make sure your knees always track in the same direction as your toes. If needed, perform the exercise in front of a mirror or ask a professional to correct your form. Another frequent slip-up is leaning the torso too far forward, shifting the load onto the lower back instead of distributing it through the glutes and legs. Brace your core, keep your spine upright, chest lifted, and imagine there's a glass of water resting on your chest that you must keep from tipping over. It's equally important not to shift your weight onto your toes, as this reduces glute activation and increases stress on the knees. During the movement, focus on driving through your heels, and if necessary, lift your toes slightly to ensure you're applying force correctly. Rising too quickly or locking your knees at the top also compromises neuromuscular control and may cause discomfort. Return to the starting position in a smooth, joint-friendly motion. Inhale on the descent and exhale on the ascent. To refine your technique and reinforce balance, try lightly supporting yourself against a wall for the first few repetitions, gradually reducing that support as you become more confident. Additionally, incorporating variations such as 2 to 3 second isometric pauses at the bottom and using a resistance band above the knees can increase stabilizer muscle activation and improve proprioception, making the sumo squat even more effective and safe for those looking to strengthen their lower body and maintain mobility with quality of life. Avoid fully locking your knees at the end of the movement, as this overloads your joints and reduces the exercise's effectiveness. Rise in a controlled manner and maintain a slight bend at the top, ensuring your muscles remain engaged. Likewise, descending only to half depth diminishes the beneficial impact, as it fails to fully activate all muscle groups. Lower until your thighs are parallel to the floor or slightly below, provided you feel no pain or discomfort. Correcting these deviations is essential to maximizing the benefits of the sumo squat and protecting your knees and hips. To customize the exercise for different levels and goals, start by adjusting your squat depth and foot stance width as your mobility and strength improve. If you wish to increase the workload, hold light dumbbells at your sides or position a resistance band just above your knees to boost resistance and reinforce adductor recruitment. Beyond technique, some complementary factors can enhance your results. First, activate your muscles before you begin. Spend 5 minutes on specific warm-ups, such as dynamic hip stretches, leg swings, and small lateral band walks. This increases circulation, improves joint mobility, and prepares your body for exertion. Next, maintain proper hydration during the workout, as water ensures joint lubrication and metabolic efficiency. Another secret is to vary your tempo periodically. Try slow descents of 4 to 5 seconds and explosive ascents, keeping your breathing synchronized. Inhale on the way down and exhale on the way up to work both muscular endurance and power. Also, regulate your training frequency by performing sumo squats 2 to 3 times per week and alternating with active rest days such as light walking or full-body stretching. Avoid fully locking your knees at the end of the movement, as this overloads your joints and reduces the exercise's effectiveness. Rise in a controlled manner and maintain a slight bend at the top, ensuring your muscles remain engaged. Likewise, descending only to half depth diminishes the beneficial impact, as it fails to fully activate all muscle groups. Lower until your thighs are parallel to the floor or slightly below, provided you feel no pain or discomfort. Correcting these deviations is essential to maximizing the benefits of the sumo squat and protecting your knees and hips. To customize the exercise for different levels and goals, start by adjusting your squat depth and foot stance width as your mobility and strength improve. If you wish to increase the workload, hold light dumbbells at your sides or position a resistance band just above your knees to boost resistance and reinforce adductor recruitment. Beyond technique, some complementary factors can enhance your results. First, activate your muscles before you begin. Spend 5 minutes on specific warm-ups, such as dynamic hip stretches, leg swings, and small lateral band walks. This increases circulation, improves joint mobility, and prepares your body for exertion. Next, maintain proper hydration during the workout, as water ensures joint lubrication and metabolic efficiency. Another secret is to vary your tempo periodically. Try slow descents of 4 to 5 seconds and explosive ascents, keeping your breathing synchronized. Inhale on the way down and exhale on the way up to work both muscular endurance and power. Also, regulate your training frequency by performing sumo squats 2 to 3 times per week and alternating with active rest days such as light walking or full-body stretching. To consolidate your progress, log your sessions in a simple journal, noting depth, number of repetitions, and any discomfort. Evaluate your monthly progress and adjust the intensity as you advance, always respecting your body's signals. With this combination of refined technique, targeted warm-up, hydration, and varied stimuli, you will turn the sumo squat into a powerful ally for strengthening your legs, glutes, and core, enhancing your balance, and maintaining your functional independence for many years. Controlling your breathing is essential to get the most out of sumo squats, as deep inhales on the descent and strong exhales on the ascent keep your core tight, stabilize your spine, and reduce the risk of lower back injuries. When you inhale while hinging at the hips, you create an internal support base. When you exhale during the push, you generate more force and explosiveness. If you already master the basic technique, it's time to progress by gradually adding load. Try holding a dumbbell, kettlebell, or even a weighted backpack to intensify the work of your glutes and quadriceps without sacrificing form. This controlled increase prevents plateaus in your progress and strengthens both the primary muscles and the stabilizers. Another key point is to perform each repetition with a controlled tempo. Lower over approximately 3 seconds and rise in 1 to 2 seconds, always keeping your mind focused on muscle contraction and joint stability. Jerky movements can reduce the exercise's effectiveness and increase wear on your knees and spine, while slow and deliberate actions increase muscular tension, promoting solid gains in strength and endurance. For an even more complete workout, combine the sumo squat with complementary exercises such as lateral lunges, calf raises, and glute bridges. This combination diversifies the stimulus, ensuring muscular balance throughout the body and improving your motor coordination. Remember to respect rest periods, alternate squat sets with active intervals of dynamic stretching or light walking, keeping circulation going and preventing stiffness. Stay hydrated and include a diet rich in lean proteins and healthy fats to support muscle recovery. Finally, consistency is the true secret. Perform this routine 2 to 3 times per week, record your performance in a simple journal, and celebrate each small achievement, whether deeper squats, more repetitions, or higher load. With constant practice, attention to technique, and mindful progression, the sumo squat will become your go-to exercise for stronger legs and glutes, improved balance, and an active, independent life after age 60. Include the sumo squat in your routine at least 3 times a week and watch how, in just a few weeks, your legs become firmer, your posture gains stability, and your confidence in moving reaches a new level. These benefits go beyond aesthetics or exercise performance. They translate into every daily activity, whether standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, walking on uneven terrain, or simply bending down to pick up an object from the floor. The sumo squat strengthens muscles that are often neglected, such as the adductors and hip stabilizers, and keeps your joints more protected thanks to the wide and controlled range of motion. To further amplify your results, follow these practical recommendations. Keep a training journal where you record the date, number of sets, repetitions, and any variation in weight or support used. This not only serves as motivation, but also as a tracking tool to identify when it's time to progress, whether by increasing squat depth, adding light weight, or reducing chair and wall support. Between squat sets include dynamic stretches for your ankles, hips, and spine to ensure your muscles remain flexible and reduce stiffness. Hydration is another key factor. Drink water before, during, and after your workout, as it keeps your joints lubricated and aids muscle recovery. Pair your regular practice with a balanced diet. Prioritize sources of lean protein, fish, white meats, legumes, whole grain carbohydrates for sustained energy, and healthy fats, avocado, nuts, olive oil, to support cellular health and hormone production. Micronutrients like calcium and vitamin D, essential for bone health, are also important at this stage of life. Consider guidance from a nutritionist or physician to ensure adequate levels. Schedule your training sessions on alternating days to allow for active recovery between strength workouts. On those days, go for a 20 to 30-minute light walk, practice yoga, or perform mobility exercises that include gentle spinal and arm rotations. This balance between effort and recovery not only prevents excessive fatigue, but also stimulates circulation and accelerates muscle repair, resulting in less delayed onset muscle soreness and greater overall vitality. Involving friends, partners, or family in your exercise journey can make the process more enjoyable. Arrange weekly meetups to train in pairs, compare small goals, and celebrate achievements. This reinforces commitment and builds an emotional support network. And don't forget to set realistic rewards to mark each milestone. A new workout outfit, a relaxing massage, or a special meal can serve as positive incentives. Be patient with yourself. There will be days when your motivation is lower or fatigue feels greater. During those times, adapt your workout by reducing the number of repetitions or the depth of your squat, but at least maintain one mobility cycle so you don't break the habit. Consistency, even at a lower intensity, is always better than a complete interruption. Finally, share your progress on social media, in health groups, or even here in the channel's comments. Your experience can inspire others over 60 to take the first step toward a more active, independent lifestyle. Remember that the true secret doesn't lie in big gyms or sophisticated equipment, but in daily dedication, correct execution of movements, and caring for your body. With the sumo squat as your foundation, you'll have a simple, versatile, and powerful tool to strengthen your legs, glutes, and core, improve your balance, and ensure a fuller life free of limitations. Start today, adjust as needed, and celebrate every small achievement. Your body and mind will thank you.